3 down and 1 to go in the semifinal round of the 2019 Great Northwest Athletic Conference Basketball Championships. The final men's game of the 4 on tap here today will be played out next between the number 4 seeded Wolves of Western Oregon University and the top seeds, the Saints of St. Martin's University. And it's going to be another great one here tonight at Carver Gymnasium in Bellingham. I'm Robert Lowry. Sean Wally is alongside. And again, we have seen nothing but great basketball for 2 straight days. Northwest Nazarene and Seattle Pacific just hooked up in a good one. Seattle Pacific prevailed. They will move on to face the winner of this game and tomorrow night's GNAC Championships. And again, you've got this Saints squad that is the top seed in the West region, the top seed in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference, taking on the defending Great Northwest Athletic Conference champions in Western Oregon. The 2018 Great Northwest Athletic Conference Coach of the Year, Jim Shaw at Western Oregon. The 2019 Great Northwest Athletic Conference Coach of the Year, Alex Pribble for St. Martin's. You've got great players, you got great coaches, you got a great venue, and you got a great basketball game dead ahead.
It should be exciting. You mentioned it was the final last year. These teams meeting in a semifinal matchup here tonight. The 8th game in 2 days. The final on the docket here tonight. Should be a lot of fun.
Well, it should be, and it will be, and there's no question about it. Some good basketball to be played here tonight, and it's good that we'll get the opportunity to see St. Martin's play. This will be our first chance to see them on GNAC.TV in this tournament format, taking on a Western Oregon team that last night looked pretty good, but again, they had to withstand a great game by Simon Fraser University, who fought back, got to within 1, had the basketball, as a matter of fact, with about 4.5 seconds remaining, came down, didn't get the shot that they wanted, got a shot up, but not the shot that they wanted, I don't think. And with that, well, Western Oregon advances, Simon Fraser goes home, and now St. Martin's in to the semifinals to take on the victorious Wolves of Western Oregon. Third meeting of the 2 teams this year, and as you look at the bracketing right there, we've got, everything filled out except for that one between. It's going to be Western Oregon and St. Martin's moving on into the championship round. And Seattle Pacific victorious over Northwest Nazarene earlier. So that'll be tomorrow night at 7:35 right here in Carver Gymnasium. Now, in the 2 earlier meetings between these 2 teams this year, well, it was St. Martin's winning both. St. Martin's won the first matchup in early January, 64-59. That game was played at the new PE building down there in Monmouth. And then just about a month, matter of fact, almost a month exactly to the day later, it was Western Oregon losing at Lacey to St. Martin 64-56. So interestingly, St. Martin scored only 64 points in each of its victories and held Western Oregon below 60 in each of those wins. So it looks like St. Martin's has the formula there. You hold Western Oregon down a bit offensively. You control your offense a bit yourself, and you come away with a victory. You see Western Oregon on the floor now going through their warm-up selections. And we're going to see some great players here tonight, some all-league selection players. We mentioned Alex Pribble. He was the coach of the year this year, but also the defensive player of the year. Well, he also hails from St. Martin's. His name is Jordan Kitchen. And I'll have to admit that I have a little bit of affinity to that young man simply because we both went to the same high school. He's from Seattle Prep High School in Seattle, 6'7", 220-pound senior, great defensive player, and he will obviously have a bearing on the way tonight's game goes on the defensive end, but he is not the only all-star who we're going to see out there tonight, or no. First teamer, Luke Chavez, 6'3", senior guard. Really came into his own last year. He's a do-it-all kind of guy. He can score, he can play a little defense, he can distribute the basketball. And when you look at him play, you think, oh, he's not doing much. And then you look at the score column. Oh, he's got 22, 23 points, got 4 or 5 assists, got a steal or 2, got 4 or 5 rebounds. And he really is a guy who wants the ball in the last minute. and takes the big shots when one is needed to be taken. Now, as far as Western Oregon University is concerned, they got some good players as well, but Riley Hawken, probably the best of the bunch. He is a second-team All-GNAC selection, and Hawken had a kind of a quiet game last night, but a quiet enough game that got the Wolves to the victory. He's another one of those kind of do-it-all guys. He can score a little bit, rebound a little bit, and you look at him too, and you think, well, you're not getting much out of him. All of a sudden, you got a dozen, you got 15 points, 6, 7 rebounds, things like that. So Hawken leading Western Oregon there, and Chavez and Kitchen, the all-stars for St. Martin's. And, well, I'm looking forward to a very enjoyable game, but we do talk about that offense. St. Martin's on the year averages almost 79 points a game. Western Oregon scores 78 points a game. And to have the scores of those earlier contests that I mentioned down in the 60s and 50s, that really seems to be a little bit out of character. I guess I wouldn't be surprised to see a little more scoring in tonight's game. You want to talk about the coaching? And as we talked about, both those teams have all-star coaches. Alex Pribble in his 4th year, 79 wins, 38 defeats. Jim Shaw, who was the coach of the year in 2018 and 2016, 101 wins with a victory last night and 28 defeats. So a couple of great coaches, great players. What more can you say?
Strange fact, both these teams know what it's like to lose in this gym, on this floor. Oddly enough, both teams in this semifinal were defeated by Western Washington this season, yet Western Washington not in the tournament.
Well, Western Washington, a good quality program, and they may be not in the tournament this year, but again, they're not going to be down long. They're going to be back in this tournament soon, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them back in the tournament next year, as we talked about a little bit in the men's portion of the broadcast yesterday. First time ever that Central Washington, Western Washington, University of Alaska Anchorage, in one particular year, all three of those teams found themselves out of the men's side of the tournament.
Strange things can happen, and that's why they play the game.
Exactly, and then while those teams were out, you see newcomers like Simon Fraser, first time they were ever in the tournament. You see the St. Martin's bunch go from a team that was building. Now all of a sudden they are the hunted, and they're not the hunters anymore. And you got Western Oregon. Hey, they're a proud unit as well, and they don't want to go quietly into the night. They want to win their way into the postseason as well. I think St. Martin's is pretty fair to say that they are into the West region of the NCAAs, but would a loss potentially move them out of the host role? Hard to say. So they got something to play for there. Western Oregon simply right now at the 9th spot in the NCAA Division II West region. And with what has happened earlier today or earlier coming into this weekend with Azusa Pacific winning, Northwest Nazarene getting a win, Chaminade, some of the teams ahead of them getting victories, you would think that probably Western Oregon may be in the situation where they're going to have to win to get in, and that's going to mean a win tonight, and maybe for Western Oregon a win in the championship tomorrow night as well.
Interesting that these two teams fairly even when you look at their point total averages. 78.5 for St. Martin's on the season, 77.8 for Western Oregon.
But again, we talked about just a second ago, 64-59, 64-56. So both teams either played good defenses or, well, maybe didn't get the offense they necessarily wanted in those earlier contests, and we'll see if they can get it going here tonight. Officiating crew for tonight's contest is coming by, and while we have a quick moment, let's mention that Justin Shamian, Mark Buttroff, and Zach Perrine are going to be officiating tonight's contest between Western Oregon, the 4th seed, and St. Martin's, the top seed in the tournament. And so far, things have run true to form. 1 and 2 on the women's side, 2 on the men's side. Are we going to go true to form, 1-2, 1-2, or is Western Oregon going to be that dark horse that's going to slip in to possibly a championship? Because it's I'd have to get the record book out, and maybe I'll try to get this during tonight's broadcast. I'm not sure the last time that the tournament has had all 4 of the top seeds advance into the championship round. It always seems like there's a dark horse that gets in there somehow.
I have my opinion, but we will find that out in reality in 40 minutes of basketball.
As we have the opportunity now, let's throw it down the press table here for the introduction of the starting lineups.
The visitors, the Western Oregon Wolves. At forward, a 6'6" freshman from Federal Way, Washington, number 4, Eton Collins. At guard, a 6'2" senior from Olympia, Washington, number 5, Brendel Evans. At guard, a 6'3" junior from Colorado Springs, Colorado, number 20, Dalvin Bruschier. At forward, a 6'7" senior from Seattle, Washington, number 25, Caleb Warner. And at forward, a 6'6" junior from Vancouver, Washington, number 32, Riley Hawken. Western Oregon is coached by Jim Shaw. Now let's meet the starting lineup for the St. Martin's Saints. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Woodacre, California, number 3, Luke Chavez. At guard, a 6'2" senior from Apple Valley, California, number 5, Chandler Riddick. At forward, a 6'7" senior from Bakersfield, California, number 10, Jared Matthews. At forward, a 6'7" senior from Seattle, Washington, number 11, Jordan Kitchen. And at guard, a 6'4" senior from Missoula, Montana, number 15, Rhett Berlacher. The Saints are coached by Alex Preble. Fans,
Well, there are your starters tonight. Collins, Evans, Brashear, Warner, and Hawken for Western Oregon. There's a good look at the St. Martin's bench. Chavez, Reddick, Matthews, Kitchen, and Bearlocker. And maybe I'm seeing something I'm really not seeing, but I think I'm seeing a little more of a swagger out of St. Martin's than I saw at the same time last year. It's one thing to think you can. It's another thing to know you can. And the St. Martin's team this year knows it can.
And another thing to do it and prove it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's one thing to say it. It's another thing to show it, and that's what St. Martin's is going to try to do tonight against Western Oregon. Hawken in the center jump circle with Kitchen. And we're just about set for action. St. Martin's, again, the number 1 seed in the white. Western Oregon, the number 4 seed in their traveling dark jerseys.
Nice support you probably heard during introductions from the St. Martin's faithful that made the trek from Lacey.
And here is Chavez. Luke to Bearlocker. Back out high. Matthews handles. Hands off to Chavez. Now to Reddicks. He goes inside, gets a shot blocked, but Kitchen was there but lost it. Ball turned over to Brashear.
Eton Collins got a piece of that on the rejection.
Brashear across the top to Evans, Hawkins, and they all touch it as Warner gets it back to Brashear. Western Oregon last night really did a nice job attacking out of this kind of formation, and they try it here. St. Martin's covers up well, so a jumper on the outside just to beat the shot clock is missed by Evans. And Chavez comes down floor with it. Evans going to pick him up defensively. Around the screen. Luke, hook pass. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Matthews had an open look, decided against it, goes to Reddick. Nice pass down low to Kitchen, and he has the shot knocked away. Picked up inside by Matthews, and he'll score it. And St. Martin's with the first points of the contest. And now here's a steal by Reddick, and he'll take it the other way, and he'll get fouled hard and go down hard onto the floor. But that is a real hustle play by Chandler Reddick, 6'2" senior, came from Kentucky Wesleyan University to St. Martin's.
See Reddix hitting the floor hard, but pops right back up.
And he hits to the free throw line to try to extend the St. Martin's lead, a 73% free throw shooter during the regular season. And misses the front of 2-shot opportunity. Next one by Reddix. He misses them both. His first taste of tournament action this year. Moving into the starting lineup for St. Martin's. And Brashear, Collins, near side to Warner, back to Collins, looking down low, and the ball stripped away by Kitchen. Well, he was the defensive player of the year in the GNAC, and you saw why right there, quick-handed it away. Reddix, out high left, Kitchen, takes it to the baseline. Now bounces to Chavez, trying to post up, bounce down low. Matthews once again, spin. Tries to step through, can't. Out to Chavez. Well, Luke in no big hurry. He's going to move down the lane, put it up with the right hand to get it to drop through.
Chavez, the leading scorer for the Saints, getting started 4-0, St. Martin's.
But again, leading scorer at 13 points a game, so not a lot of balance on this St. Martin's squad as they have 4 players that average double figures a game. Brashear goes behind the back, takes it inside, bounce out on the wing to Evans. Hawken with 5. Evans looks to penetrate. Pass down low to Hawken. He doesn't get, well, are they going to let the shot go? I guess they will. Kitchen grabs the rebound. And into the forecourt now goes Reddix. Gets it down to Kitchen inside, lift fake, put it up, gets fouled inside by Collins. And to the free throw line, Jordan Kitchen, 6'7". Or Jared Matthews, we should say, 6'7" senior out of Bakersfield, California. So Matthews, his first free throw is no good. Somebody's put a lid on the free throw bucket for St. Martin's. There's Buster Souza checking in. And once again, Matthews at 6'7", and Kitchen at 6'7", and Bearlocker at 6'4" up front for St. Martin's. Next free throw is down.
Western Oregon still trying to find their way early on in this contest.
Well, St. Martin's up 5-0, but it hasn't come easy for either team offensively. Defense has certainly been at the forefront right now. Backing down is Hawken, turns, misses the shot, rebound tipped. Reddick's going to come out with it and bring it up floor. Now to Chavez, 3 in transition, bounces off the rim, no good. Luke will hit those if you give him the opportunity. Brashear down floor, they work it to the near side. Evans directs traffic, bounce to Hawken. Has a smaller player on him. Out to Evans. The perimeter to Brashear. Now a 3 by Hawken, in and out. And Reddix, not a particularly big guy at 6'2", climbs the ladder and gets the window cleaned. Here's a 3 by Kitchen. It's no good. And Western Oregon looks to push down floor, but, well, Brashear going to pull up on the 3 himself, and he'll miss.
4 minutes and 20 seconds into the game. Western Oregon yet to score.
Well, St. Martin's doing a nice job defensively, and maybe Western Oregon a little bit tight as well. And here is a cutting Bearlocker inside. Kick it back out to Chavez. To Matthews. He'll step through and put it up with the left hand and get fouled by Souza. Matthews likes that step over move. He'll try to pivot or step through down low like that, and he drew a foul on Souza, his first, and we've come to our first timeout. See Luke Chavez there, scoring that bucket for St. Martin's, taking us to break. 15-17 to go in this first half. St. Martin's by 5. It's the GNAC 2019 men's semifinal.
Seattle Pacific University is a premier Christian university where each year 4,000 students catch a vision for making a difference in the world. All across the globe, SPU graduates are making an impact in medicine, technology, athletics, business, education, music, theater, and more. SPU is dedicated to outstanding scholarship and thoughtful faith. It's a powerful combination that brings about change in the lives of graduates and in the people and communities they serve. Seattle Pacific University, engaging the culture, changing the world.
You know what amazes me? There's this incredible opportunity for a job that allows you to grow as a person, a job that allows you to take on the hats of so many other professions. If you think about what a teacher does, they're an accountant, they're a lawyer, they're a judge, they're sometimes even the jury. Sometimes they're the ones creating content and sometimes they're the ones consuming the content. As a teacher, I get to do every other job out there. If people realize that, we wouldn't have a teacher shortage.
There's a look at Buster Souza, Western Oregon, speaking with the official as Jared Matthews gets set to shoot the free throw for St. Martin's on top 5-0 at present. And that free throw is good.
St. Martin's struggling a bit as well from the field, just 2 of 6, but that beats 0 of 5 that the Wolves are.
Well, Matthews hits them both. And it's a 7-0 run to begin the contest as the St. Martin's Saints have brought in a couple of players. E.J. Boyce is in. Here's a shot for Western Oregon. And Brashear with the bucket, and Western Oregon ends the scoring drought with a deuce.
Darius Lubom actually getting the first bucket over 5 minutes into the game.
And then St. Martin's with a turnover now, back to Western Oregon. Yeah, so Lubom has come in the backcourt.
And the Wolves can be thankful they're only down 5.
Olanda Baker also there. And here is Lubom with the basket. Ball, get it out to Baker for 3. He misses it. And St. Martin's with Tavian Henderson and the rebound. Here is Chavez. Hook pass to Bearlocker. Henderson with the basketball. They work it to the far side, and a 3-point shot is down by E.J. Boyce.
Boyce, always a good contributor for the Saints, knocks down the 3, an 8-point Saints lead.
He started some last year. Here's Lubom back the other way, as Lubom likes to use that inside hand on the side of the hoop he's shooting. And here is Chavez, who really hasn't gotten busy offensively yet. He hasn't had to, though, at this point. Boyce coming around the outside, former starter for St. Martin's. Henderson down low right. Kick it back out. And St. Martin's seeing the shot clock get ready to expire. Missed shot on the inside by B.J. Stanley and a foul called. Stanley out of Benicia, California, 5'9" sophomore. Here he is going to work.
Jim Shaw talking to an official, both of them talking fairly aggressively at each other. Official walking away.
Stanley knocks in the first free throw, 11-4. And this is to take nothing away from Jim Shaw, but I'm glad he's on the other side, and you can see a change made there as Baker checks out, and back in for Western Oregon, Jalen Richardson for his first opportunity. Second one as well. But last night, Jim Shaw stood right in front of us, right at our broadcast location, and that's just the way he coaches. It's nothing against him, but he made a better door than a wall, or a better wall than a door last night.
He wasn't a good window, that's for
sure.
No,
he wasn't. And here is Lubom off right.
So far, Alex Pribble's staying out of our way for the most part.
Richardson gets it off to a cutter and taking it in strong and scoring the basket for Western Oregon was Brandell Evans. Watch it here.
You see the pass. Evans splitting the defenders to the rack. He gets bumped off balance in midair. What a great shot, and he's pumped about it.
Tavian Henderson guilty of the foul. That is now the first foul on St. Martin's. Western Oregon already with 4. Evans hits the free throw. 12-7, Saints with the lead. Stanley down floor on the guard of Evans. Gets the ball off to Bearlocker. Nice pass down low to Henderson. Wasn't able to get a shot away. Now back out to Bearlocker. And I tell you, he stepped way out and knocked down the 3. Bearlocker, Boyce, Chavez, all pretty good three-point shooters without question.
If they're all hot, it's going to be a long night for the Wolves.
And here is Hawken back down, put it up, missed a shot, tips it back out, and tracking it back down is Warner. Gets it off to Brashear, or make that Lubom. And here is Hawken back to Lubom, looks to attack, go inside, get it into Hawken for the lay-in. That was tremendous passing between those two.
Good give and go between the two. Hawken got open underneath.
Boyce across the top to Bearlocker, who hit that 3 a minute ago. Has the ball stripped away this time by Richardson, and he'll head down and lay it up at the other end. So after falling behind 7-0, all of a sudden, St. Martin sees Western Oregon start to make a bit of a run itself. Henderson, Bearlocker for the Saints. Out to Boyce. Near his side, Stanley. BJ gonna go inside. Can't get a shot away. Out to Boyce. Takes an off-balance air ball shot, and then a foul called inside. Bearlocker got entangled with Hawken for the foul. And the foul on Bearlocker is his first, and that brings us to a timeout. 11:37 left in half number 1. It's St. Martin's 15, Western Oregon 11. It's the semifinals of the Great Northwest Athletic Conference 2019 Men's Basketball Championships here on GNAC.TV.
You know what amazes me? There's this incredible opportunity for a job that allows you to grow as a person, a job that allows you to take on the hats of so many other professions. If you think about what a teacher does, they're an accountant, they're a lawyer, they're a judge, they're sometimes even the jury. Sometimes they're the ones creating content, and sometimes they're the ones consuming the content. As a teacher, I get to do every other job out there. If people realize that, we wouldn't have a teacher shortage.
Well, so far, my friend, we have got another good one going here. And a lot of, I would say right now, a lot of feeling out process still going on. I think both teams are now starting to feel a little more comfortable. But for that first few minutes when St. Martin's went off to a 7-0 lead, really, that was Western Oregon, I just don't think feeling in rhythm at all to that point in the game.
Well, now the blood's pumping, the heart's pumping, the blood's flowing, the adrenaline's going as Lubom attacks the rack for the Wolves. They're within 2.
And he has been a spark as he has scored 6 points off the bench. Chandler Reddix is back in for St. Martin's, as is Chavez, who has the ball there. Luke gets in low to Kitchen, and he has blocked, held ball situation. Warner did a nice job to get Kitchen up topside, and on the turnover, the ball goes back over to Western Oregon.
Great job from behind. You see Warner with the long arms getting all ball. Jump ball is called. Possession arrow to the Wolves.
Once again, here is Lubom, lost the basketball. Reddix took it away from him. And down floor is Chavez. Out to Matthews, goes inside, and he is tied up second consecutive time that it has happened. And as that is the case, this time it'll stay St. Martin's basketball. Into Boyce, get it out to Matthews, hand off to Chavez. Luke off to the near side, Boyce way downtown.
Our director, John, with an assist on that one. I believe That one brought rain, snow as well. Holy smokes, that shot was high. Get another look at it. Almost from the Western Oregon bench, you couldn't even see the top of the arc because it was so high.
Well, he was closer to the sideline than he was to the three-point arc. I don't think there's any question about that. Now, once again, Brandell Evans is in. He'll attack for St. Martin's. Kick it back out to the outside. Hawken, or make that Warner with the basketball.
4 to
Three
shoot.
at the head of the key, and a missed shot outside by Lubom. He was shooting under duress there, knowing he needed to get a shot up. Reddix get it in to Matthews, and a blocking foul going to be called on the inside. That was a bang-bang play as Evans was there, and that could have been called either way. Look at it one more time. Reddix with the feed.
Wow, the only way in my book that was a block is if he was inside the circle there. But Jim Shaw not complaining.
Nope. Reddick going to come out, get it off to Chavez. Free throw line, spins, hook shot in the lane, no good. Rebound tipped. Matthews get it back out to Chavez, and St. Martin's will reset the shot clock here. Inside, 10 minutes, and here is a little shot in the lane. Offline, no good by Matthews. He's missed a couple on the inside here tonight that he would typically make.
It was a good look by Matthews, but then a good rebound by Warner, and he's got the ball in the lane.
He drives, and has the shot just hang on the back iron, and the rebound taken down by Matthews. Well, I tell you, the ball that time just refused to drop through. Chavez takes it right, double team comes, so he gets it off to Boyce. EJ can't get a shot off, bounces it out to Matthews, now mid-floor to Kitchen. Shot clock inside single digits. You better do something. Here is Reddick. He's going to attack. Will he get a shot away? He does. It bounces off the rim, though, and into the hands of Western Oregon. Quickly, Yolanda Baker out of backcourt. Lost the basketball. Scramble for it as Reddick just dove to get the basketball. Held ball situation. It'll stay Western Oregon ball. And that was a hustle play by Reddix, as you can see right here. Watch him dive. Boom, goes after the basketball.
Baker just losing his footing. He just slipped.
St. Martin's brings in a new player as Tavian Henderson has returned. As Reddix going to check out for a moment. Western Oregon basketball trailing it still by 5. And here's Brashear, who is back in. Brashear, crossover, free throw line shot. It'll roll off the rim. And Henderson rebound to Chavez. Luke down floor. Around a high pick. Attacks. Kick it out into the corner. 3 on the way. Good! Oh, baby! Wow.
We've seen that quite a bit in 2 days where three-point shooters get knocked down. As a defender, you know you can't do that.
Well, look where he is. He's another foot at least behind the three-point line, and he's got such a quick release. And he has the free throw drop through as well, so the tumble he took on the floor, he picks up the 4-point play, a rare 4-point play right there. 3-point shot and the free throw, and it's a 9-point lead for St. Martin's. And here now is a nice drive. Oh boy, big block by Henderson. Western Oregon maintains possession of the basketball as Richardson got blocked. And now is a penetration drive by Warner, and he is fouled this time. The foul against Brett Bearlocker becomes his second.
You see in the lane the block.
Boom.
Henderson rejecting the shot.
When he blocked it off the board too, and Western Oregon then was able to maintain possession, and we come to a timeout, so let's step aside for 30. 7:50 to go in this first half of play. St. Martin's 22, Western Oregon 13. It's the 2019 men's GNAC basketball semifinal here on GNAC.tv.
The first step is not to pick a project. The first step is to pick a problem. Every problem you approach, you look at it through the eyes of, what does God want us to do? What problem have we been called to fix? Why are we here now? And how can we use our unique skills to heal a little bit of hurt, to solve problems that exist?
Let me ask you a question. I'm Robert Lowry and Sean Wally alongside. Have you seen that the intensity is starting to ratchet up a little bit? I think things started off kind of a little slow between the two teams, a little bit tentative, but now I see the intensity starting to rise just a little. Am I seeing something that's not there?
No, absolutely that's happening because they're getting into the basketball game. The thoughts of jitters and maybe a little stress are gone because they're getting into what they know, the game of basketball, and they've played all of their lives, as Warner misses the free throw.
Warner must have got busted upside the nose there because, as you can see, he's got the cotton in one nostril there. That's never comfortable to have to play that way.
And that hurts.
And he misses them both, and the rebound taken down by Henderson. He's the man who had the block on the shot prior to that free throw attempt by Mr. Warner.
Saints on a 7-2 run since the previous timeout.
And here is Kitchen. Stanley back in. Stanley going to turn the corner, going to drive inside, put it up underneath the hoop, and get it to drop through. I'll tell you one thing, stutter step, stop and go, switch directions. He did it all right there and got the bucket as well.
Hawken a hair late to get there for the block for the Wolves.
And here is a long three by Warner, and he knocks it down.
His first points of the basketball
He's
game.
an impressive player. He's a good long-range shooter, but he can play inside as well. Here is Henderson out high. Handoff. Stanley coming around the outside. Floater in the lane. They're going to call it a block and a bucket. And look at the expression on Warner's face.
See Stanley in the lane. Warner looked like he had great position.
Both feet were outside the circle, it appeared. But maybe he wasn't quite there quite in time, and with that, he'll have to go to the bench as Eton Collins will come back in. And Stanley trying to make a three-point play out of it. He misses the free throw, however, and Hawken comes down with the free throw for Western Oregon. The free throw miss for Western Oregon. Down low, Hawken turns, tries to get space, puts it up with the left hand and gets it to fall through.
Using his length and his long arms to get around the Saints defenders.
And using the offhand too, the left hand. Here is Chavez. And a bad pass knocked out of bounds. Hawken knocked it away.
The Wolves could use Hawken to stay active and continue to be all over the court.
There's Jim Shaw, and there's Alex Pribble, the head coach for St. Martin's. Stanley turns the corner. This time he's going to loop it back out, nearly throw it out of bounds. Chavez saves and gets it back to Stanley. Shot clock with 4, and here Stanley's going to be bailed out on the foul by Olanda Baker. Wow, and Darius Lubaum going to come back in immediately there on that Baker foul. You want to talk about getting bailed out. And that also is the 8th foul on Western Oregon, so Stanley not only gets bailed out, he gets free throw opportunities too, and he hits the first.
The shot clock that low, never a good time for a foul as a defender.
And one more for Stanley, and this one will also drop through. So a 10-point St. Martin's lead. St. Martin's has led so far end to end Game has not been tied. Western Oregon has never been closer than 2. Here is Hawken. Down low right. Brandell Evans is back to Hawken for 3. It'll skim over the rim, no good, and the rebound by Henderson. Stanley on the run out back the other way. Gets it to Henderson, head of the circle. Looks for Chavez. Can't get it to Luke, so Stanley comes out and gets it in the center jump circle and resets the offense. Heads right, turns the corner, pass under the baseline. Boyce tried to throw it up on the baseline with a left hand, hit the side of the backboard.
Good idea, but not great positioning.
Collins to Evans, back to Eton on the near side. Collins across the top to Evans, bounce left corner. Boy, you want to talk about a wide open shot, you're not going to get much more wide open than that. Rebound tipped out of bounds, though, as Richardson misses and his teammates not able to scoop up the missed rebound, the missed shot on the rebound. So Stanley, once again, running the point position now. Chavez, I'll tell you, Western Oregon trying to keep him in check. Here's Kitchen, takes it to the baseline, spins. Can he get a shot away? No. Gets it out to Chavez. Luke back to Kitchen. He's going to spin inside, and boy, a lot of contact. He gets knocked down, no foul call. And here is Evans back the other way, and his pass to the far side to Richardson was errant. Ball knocked away, goes out of bounds. It'll be St. Martin's basketball as Jared Matthews returns for Kitchen.
Surprised at the non-call at the other end. And I think Western Oregon's surprised that that ball wasn't out on the Saints right there.
Yeah. Well, once again, substitutions as Chandler Reddix comes back in for the Saints. And Dalvin Brashear going to come back in for Western Oregon. Lou Baum is in there as well in their backcourt. And here is Chavez down floor. Picks up the basketball, gets it off to Matthews. Takes it baseline left. They work it back out high to Henderson. Off to Boyce. Takes it baseline, fall away, jump shot, rims in and out, no good. Rebound taken down, and a foul called. Lou Baum on the outlet. Got the outlet pass, started headed down the floor, and somebody got him by the arm. I guess it was Matthews. Yeah, Jared Matthews picks up his first. That's only the 4th team foul on the Saints, however. Already Western Oregon has 8 with 4:08 remaining here in the first half of play. And St. Martin's up by 10. And again, they have kept Western Oregon, again, a 77-point-a-game team in check. And the rebound off the missed shot by Richardson. The Saints have it. They'll bring it back down floor.
Richardson had a good look, just didn't get anywhere near a bucket.
Yeah. Reddix to Boyce. Now to Henderson. Far side to Reddix. Shoots a 3, misses it, rebound tipped. Henderson into the backcourt. They work it back to Boyce for 3. Back rims it, no good. Rebound Reddix. Tried to get the rebound off to a teammate. He couldn't. Here's Lou Baum on the run out for Western Oregon. And on top of him quickly was Chavez. Bounce down low. Ball tipped away from Matthew. Ball tipped away by Henderson, and he'll pick up the foul on the reach in from behind. Well, 3:13 on the clock. Timeout on the floor. 28-18 Saints over Western Oregon. This is the semifinals of the Great Northwest Athletic Conference 2019 Men's Basketball Tournament.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Hey Wildcat fans, be a part of the Central Washington University Athletics family by joining the Wildcat Club today. Wildcat members provide a positive experience and competitive resources for more than 400 student athletes. Your donation supports a program on the rise where students excel both on the field and in the classroom. Make a gift to Wildcat Athletics by going to wildcatsports.com or call 509-963-2281. Go Cats!
3:13 left in this first half of play, and you're looking at the statistics, and a couple of things jumped out and poked you in the eye.
It's a little weird. Free throws and three-pointers are the reason the Saints have this 10-point lead, because both teams are shooting poorly, 36% apiece.
Well, Warner says, let me see if I can do something about that, and he hits one from downtown.
That is only the second three made by the Wolves, whereas the Saints have 4. Saints have 4 made threes.
Wow. Here is Chavez with the basketball, spins, left-hander in the lane, missed it. He goes down and he stays down, and boy, it looks like he might have turned an ankle or something. Back the other way, here is Hawken with a lay-in on the other end of the floor.
They're stopping play because of the injury.
Well, either a cramp or a turned ankle, and Chavez is going to go immediately to the end of the bench for St. Martin's, and that is not, and not only is he going to go to the end of the bench, he's going to go all the way into the training area for St. Martin's. And here is Hawken back the other way after, and you can see Chavez coming down floor and limping a little bit. I think it was the ankle that might have got turned, but that was an athletic play when he went in the lane and tried to make that shot and fell down a little bit awkwardly. So we'll see what the Saints do without their leading scorer and the GNAC first team all-conference selection.
That'll be a big blow if Chavez cannot return. Wonder if he stepped on a foot. Looks like he did. Landing on another player's foot, that never feels good.
No, that left ankle turned a little bit. He's a tough customer, though. I wouldn't be surprised if he does not come back unless it's a very, very severe injury. Reddix down floor. He and Boyce now will comprise the backcourt along with Stanley. And Boyce is probably going to have to pick up a little more of the scoring role. Stanley with the basketball. Matthews, Reddix, 3. Air ball, Kitchen. Kick it out. They work at Stanley. Another 3, good.
Incredible with the shot clock down to 1. They find a way to swing it to Stanley, top of the key for 3.
That was a big 3 there. Here is Lubaum, lost the basketball out of bounds. He just lost it, flat out lost it.
That's a couple turnovers that Lubaum just lost the handle here in this first half. With the shot clock winding down, Stanley from way beyond the arc.
Well, and Brashear was there, and he wasn't in bad defensive positioning either. Here is Boyce down low. Nice pass in to Matthews for the lay-in.
Eton Collins, don't know what he was doing there. Looked a little lost down low.
Well, Matthews got him. Talk about miscommunication. Lubaum there threw it to a teammate who didn't know the ball was coming, and it went out of bounds. And after that miscue, quickly Brandell Evans returns and Lubaum heads to the bench. Saints back up by 10 with 92 seconds left in the opening half. Halftime, we're going to have the opportunity to talk to Bob Grisham, St. Martin's athletic director, here tonight about his top-ranked team. Ball kicked in the offensive end, so St. Martin's will have it with 21 on the shot clock. And again, in the closing minute and a half of this first half, inbounds to Matthews. Stanley gets it. He'll speed into the lane. Bounce out to Reddix, Chandler Reddix. He's going to go to work. Go to Matthews. Back to Reddix. Move in. Free throw pop-off line. Kitchen offensive rebound. And they'll kick it to Stanley. Penetrates the lane. Step through. Put it up. No good, but gets fouled. Or is he going to call for steps? Yep, he'll be called for steps after all. So the ball back over to Western Oregon. Stanley, well, might have pulled the pivot foot just a bit.
Alex Pribble explaining to the official that he was pushed on the hip. Replay might have showed that.
Hawken and Brashear out front. Collins right now look in low because Stanley, well, they go past him, and there's a block by Kitchen, the defensive player of the year, on the shot by Brashear. But what I was looking for was the mismatch down low.
Not in my kitchen.
I said that makes another former Panther proud right there. Got to tell you about that, young man.
I've called games at Seattle Prep.
Have you really?
Absolutely.
Oh, I'll tell you. He's a good one. Great basketball. And they've had some good ones that have come out of there, but he's a good one. No question is Kitchen. And here is Henderson going to come back in for the Saints as Kitchen goes. No, I should say, no, I guess it's Matthews who goes to the bench. Looks like they're working on maybe a little bit of cut on the elbow. A little blood flowing. You have to get that stopped right away. And then Western Oregon with a miscue as Brashear wasn't able to handle a pass cleanly, and it bounced off his fingertips out of bounds. There's a great look at Alex Preble. And with 27 seconds left, shot clock off. So St. Martin's going to do nothing but use up as much time as they can and try to go into the halftime locker room with no less than a 10-point lead.
This is a little surprising to me. Western Oregon only has 7 turnovers. It feels like a lot more.
It really does. And here is Reddick's shot clock at 3. Boyce, basket, gets it up, gets knocked down. No foul called at the end of the first half, so we will end the first half with a 10-point lead in favor of St. Martin's. After the first 20 minutes, it is Saints 33, Wolves 23. And again, halftime guest, St. Martin's Athletic Director Bob Grisham will join us during our halftime report of the 2019 GNAC Men's Basketball Championship Semifinal.
Athletic trainers work tirelessly to provide compassionate care for all. From preventing injuries to rehabilitating patients back to top form and every step in between. They provide all aspects of care. March is National Athletic Training Month. To learn more about athletic trainers, visit nata.org.
And welcome back to a Carver Gymnasium in Bellingham. I'm Robert Lowry, and you know, I've had the opportunity to talk to athletic directors a lot over the last couple of days. Well, we've saved the best for last, at least the one I've known the longest, Bob Grisham, the athletic director at St. Martin's University. Bob, thanks for joining us here tonight. And we go back a long ways to the old NAIA days when you were the coach here at St. Martin's and you've been the athletic director. How long have you been the athletic director at St. Martin's now?
I've been here 34 years. When I started out coaching basketball, I was also the director of athletics, and I've just continued on. So here I am 34 years later.
And also, you have coached golf during your time at St. Martin's as well, correct? And you're still doing that.
Yeah, currently I'm still doing that. I'm the co-coach of our women's golf program, and I'm enjoying that quite a bit.
Well, I bet you do, because your golf program has been solid year in and year out at St. Martin's. We'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. Let's talk about this first half of basketball. You got to be so proud of your basketball team. number 1 ranked regionally, number 1 in the GNAC, and really this has been a team that over the last 2 or 3 years has started to really surge, has it not?
It really has. Alex has come in, taken a program that was at the bottom of our conference. We weren't qualifying for any of the conference tournaments, and you can see where we've gone in 4 years. And so, you know, I think his second year we missed out on a tiebreaker. We get in the tournament last year, and now we sit here as the number 1 team in our conference and the number 1 team in our region. So tremendous job. I love the way our kids play. They share the ball, very unselfish, and I really feel in his 4th year this is his best defensive team.
Well, I don't think there's any question. This has been a team that's been built around defense. And I was talking with Sean, and you don't know this, but Jordan Kitchen and I share the same high school at Seattle Prep. And I see that he is named the Defensive Player of the Year in the GNAC this year. But again, he just epitomizes kind of that philosophy where you sell out on the defensive end. And if you don't want to play defense, I don't think you're going to be part of the St. Martin's team.
No, I think, again, championships can be won with great defense. We're a very, very good offensive team. And, again, I go back to how well these guys share the ball. Any given night, we have different guys that step up and can lead us in scoring. But on the defensive end, we just play very, very well defensively together as a team. We pick up the slack, and you take Jordan and you take Tavian as far as rebounding. And we make up a little bit what we lack in size with our ability to be scrappy and get after it.
Well, as the number 1 team in the West region, St. Martin certainly putting itself in a potential opportunity to host the NCAA Division II West Regional. What would that mean to Lacey? What would that mean to St. Martin's University? That would have to be a very exciting opportunity for you.
It would be. It would be a tremendous boost for our athletic program, just even within our athletic, within our community.
Sure.
And so for us to be able to host is something we've never done before. This team right here just won our first conference championship, and I think we have developed over the last several years, in part because of this program, a lot more community interest. And so for us to be able to host, we would be excited to do that.
Well, and you hosted the GNAC Championships a couple of years ago, so you've got a little bit of an experience in that regard, and you did a great job hosting down there in Lacey, just like Western Washington is doing here this year. So, but you have that tournament experience, but taking it up to the national level, boy, that's just another step ahead, is it not?
It is. It's a nice feather in the cap. You know, we've hosted some regional golf tournaments on the men's side, but never been in a position in a team sport like basketball, volleyball to be able to host, and it does take it up another level as far as being able to be on the national stage a lot more.
Yeah, no question about it. Well, everything it seems to be going well at St. Martin's. Let's talk a little bit about the golf. Golf season getting underway for you. When is your next golf tournament?
Actually, our women play tomorrow in DuPont down at the home course. Our men flew out to play down in the Bay Area, so they're up and playing. And I think both programs, like everybody else that has a golf program now, you're chasing the weather. You're trying to find a break in the weather. I think it snowed down in Lacey. I know we had a little bit of dusting here today in Bellingham. And it's a struggle for spring sports. Baseball plays tomorrow, 2 games, and then games on Sunday. Softball was in Seattle playing, so spring sports is a bit of a struggle with weather this year.
I know that you're still coaching golf and your athletic director responsibilities, but every time you and I talk, you always have a smile on your face. And despite 34 years in athletics, athletic administration, it seems to me you're having as much fun today as maybe you did 33 years and 363 days ago.
Well, I tell you what, it's I love what I'm doing. And when you're around the energy of 18 to 22-year-olds, it's positive.
Yes.
And I really like the coaches that I have. I have coaches that understand what it means to be a student athlete. So we have great balance within our department and our staff. And when you're riding some success like this, it creates that feeling within our department. And I've got other coaches that look at the work ethic of Alex and his staff, and it carries over.
Well, and you talked about something very important, doing the right things for the student athlete. And I know that's important to you as well. Not only what they do on the court or on the golf links or wherever, but it's what they get done in the classroom as well. And then how they translate what they learn in the classroom into life, correct?
No, I agree. And one of the things that I really I'm proud to be a part of the GNAC and excited about every year is the fact you can come in and win an athletic conference championship, but you can also win an academic conference championship. So the nice thing is the balance between being a student and being an athlete. And so we're very proud of our GPA amongst our student athletes. It starts with good relationships with our faculty, and it starts with our recruitment. You know, we go out and we recruit kids that come in with the goal and desire to graduate. And for me, it's about the experience. I want these kids to have a great experience that when they leave, they can look back and say, my 2 years or 4 years at St. Martin's was a positive experience.
Yep. I know they are, and I know all of your student athletes feel that way, including the members of your basketball team who are performing very, very well, up by 10 at the break here against Western Oregon, looking to advance to the GNAC Championships tomorrow night against the second-seeded Falcons of Seattle Pacific University. Bob, thanks for joining us, my friend. I look forward to many more discussions with you, and good luck, and maybe we'll see you at the West Regionals over there in Lacey here very, very soon. It's the GNAC 2019 Men's Basketball Championship Semifinals, St. Martin's and Western Oregon. First half numbers coming your way after this here on GNAC.tv.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can. I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do, be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
When you first visit Seattle Pacific University, it's easy to fall in love with the campus. But just ask one of the students. There's something different about SPU, a place where faith, service, and academic excellence meet. And it's the only private university in the Pacific Northwest to make the latest U.S. News and World Report Best National Universities list. This is Seattle Pacific University.
Dear Virginia, remember when you decided to stop listening to the doubters and pursue the career you wanted? I've always admired that about you. When things get hard, you just work harder. I want you to know that with your network of supporters who encourage you along the way, you'll not only accomplish your dream of becoming an engineer, you'll go on to help other students accomplish theirs. So don't worry, you're gonna rock this. Sincerely, me.
Well, welcome back to Western Washington University's Carver Gymnasium. I'm Robert Lowry, Sean Wally alongside. It's the semifinals of the Great Northwest Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Championships. The winner of this game advances to tomorrow night's championship game against Seattle Pacific University. And we've had a good first half here without question. St. Martin's on top by 10, 33-23. Now, if you're wondering, Luke Chavez is indeed back out on the floor for St. Martin's, warming up ahead of half number 2. It appears that he twisted an ankle right at towards the end, right towards the end of that first half of play, and he sat out the last couple of minutes or so. But he is out there and getting ready to at least play, if not start here in half number 2. In the first half, interestingly enough, the two double-figure scorers, low double-figure scorers, are not named Chavez. The two top scorers for St. Martin's, B.J. Stanley, he has 11 first-half points, and E.J. Boyce had 10, including 3 of 4 three-point shots that darn near were 4-point shots. They were so far away from the hoop. If you could add an extra point there, that would certainly be the case for him, because he took some real downtown shots. Leading scorer for Western Oregon, nobody in double figures. Matter of fact, nobody all that close. They have 3 players with 6 points each. Caleb Warner has 6, Riley Hawken has 6, and Darius Lubaum has 6. But when you look at these statistics, Sean, it's just like a carbon copy. It looks like you're looking in the mirror. Each team with 10 made field goals. St. Martin's has a three-point field goal edge at 5 made to 2 made. Free throw line, St. Martin's also has some additional free throws, 8 of 12 as compared to 1 of 3, but rebounds pretty even. Assists, St. Martin's 6, 3 for Western Oregon. Turnovers, 7, 4. I mean, again, you look at them, not much to talk about. One good contribution the Saints are getting off the bench with 21 points off the bench for St. Martin's. And there's one of those three-point shots by Boyce that you saw right there, that he nailed it from the corner. Matter of fact, not only was that a three-point play, that ended up being a 4-point play because he was fouled on that shot. He made the free throw as well, and he completed one of those rare 4-point plays that you don't see all that often because guys generally don't get fouled on three-point shots, and if they do, they generally don't make them. He did both. He made it, and he hit the free throw.
And you look at the Saints making more threes and the free throws, that's really the difference in the game. They've got a 3 advantage in three-pointers. That right there is 9 points.
Yeah, exactly. 9 of the 10 points they have on the board right now. Both teams huddled up around their respective coaches. That is the Western Oregon University bench at the present time, with Jim Shaw right in the middle in that crouching position, talking to the team he will send onto the floor to begin half number 2. And to the right of us, well, not much of a different story. Alex Pribble also has the troops surrounding him as he gets set to send them out onto the floor for the second half. Bob Grisham had some interesting things to say at halftime, and I know you didn't get the opportunity to hear it, but he basically said this is a St. Martin's team that's built more on defense than on offense. It's not that they can't score the basketball, but again, their defense is predicated, their offense is predicated on their defense more than the other way around.
They're just a really well-balanced team. It's not exactly like they have one player who's the Adonis Arms, if you will, on this Saints roster.
No, Chavez is probably that guy, I suppose, but again, the Saints have a lot of contributors from a lot of different areas, and they're going to start the second half with the basketball. Jared Matthews, Brett Bearlocker, Jordan Kitchen, Luke Chavez is going to start. And once again, Chandler Reddick. So they're the same 5 that began the game on floor.
Most likely a heavily taped ankle for Chavez.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that. Bearlocker.
20 minutes left.
Down low to Matthews. Mid-block, far side. Spins, left-hander off the window, overshot it. Western Oregon with Hawken on floor. That's Evans, back to Hawken. Warner. Now here's Hawken. Gets the ball back in the corner. Shot clock at 10. Eton Collins and Dalvin Brashear, the other 2 starters to begin the second half here. And here moving in and taking a long 2 and missing the shot on the outside was Caleb Warner. And here is Reddick's the other way. And Chavez way offline. Collins back the other way, and there is Chavez to spin the ball away from him, knocked it out of his hands, and then Chavez gets knocked down right away. And he comes up just a little bit lame. Matthews and Kitchen playing catch across the top. Collins on Kitchen defensively. And they get the ball off to Chandler Reddick's. Shot clock winding down. Reddick's hits the 3, gets fouled. I was just talking about what a rarity this was.
We've seen that more in the last 2 days as you see Reddick's right there, the high arcing 3, great rotation, and he's pumped.
You may not see 2 or 3 of those in a basketball season. We've seen 2 in one game.
And at least 2 others in the tournament.
Yes, yes. 4 in 2 days. That's amazing. Reddix knocks down the free throw. As a free throw shooter, 73% and a 49% or 39% three-point shooter. So he's credible from long range. Right now he's playing defense down low on Lubom, who has to dish it out to Hawken. Step through, put it up inside, and Kitchen snatches the glass. St. Martin's up 37 to 23 and trying to add to it here, but Boyce or make that Bearlocker not able to come up with it, but an offensive rebound for the Saints.
You know, Rob, the Wolves didn't score for about 5 minutes of the first half. They haven't scored in 2.5 minutes here, second half.
Chandler Reddix, it's the Chandler Reddix show right now. Enough so that Western Oregon going to call a timeout, so we'll step aside too. 17:39 left to go in the game as Chandler Reddix comes into your living room, and we step aside for this timeout. Saints 39, Wolves 23. You're watching GNAC.TV.
Western Oregon University, where together we succeed.
Western Oregon unable to score here in this second half. Good defense helping out the Saints as they extend their 10-point halftime lead to 39-23.
Well, remember at one point it was only 28-23. It was a 5-point game. And since that point, since the 3:13 mark left in the first half, the Saints have gone on an 11-0 run, an 11-0 run to the 17:32 mark right now, with Western Oregon having the basketball after the timeout. Here's Brandell Evans going to quarterback the squad as Jim Shaw, their coach, looks on from the sideline. Nearly losing the ball there was Warner, and he does lose it. And now Chavez out of backcourt. Off to Reddix. Kitchen. Bearlocker can't get the 3 away. He'll turn the corner, dish it down low inside to Chavez. Luke lost control of the basketball, and Evans comes back the other way. Lubom back to Evans for 3, and he gets it to drop through.
Took the Wolves over 3 minutes to score in the second half.
Well, just like the first half. Matter of fact, they've probably gone 7-8 minutes combined in the two halves, coming out into the first and coming into the second without getting any points. Here is Matthews. He's going to power to the hoop with the left hand and put it off the glass softly. Western Oregon hustling it back down floor. Kitchen nearly steals it away, but Warner is able to hold on. Now they move to the far side, and Lubom swoops in with that left hand on the short side and knocks it in again.
Nice strong drive by Lubom.
Well, he puts the ball with the left hand up towards the hoop. It's a little bit open there if somebody can get up and get it, but he's just so quick getting it up off the glass they can't. Now here is Reddix, who's quick as well, and he gets fouled. And the foul on Lubom. Chavez out as the long-range gunner comes back in. Great first half by E.J. Boyce. And Matthews had the ball knocked away from him, and it looks like maybe he got a finger in the eye or got bumped up around the eye area as he lost the ball, went out of bounds, and turnover for the Saints.
Alex Pribble went all the way to the corner to talk to the official, because from our vantage point it looked like Souza knocked it out, but the official, plain as day, said no, he did knock it out, but at the last second it went off the Saints.
Here's Lubom, takes the long shot, misses it, and Matthews is there to block out and get the rebound. Boyce. They work it to the far side. Bearlocker. Here is Matthews for three. Can't get it to drop, and then St. Martin's gets back quickly defensively, but Lubom beats him with a pass into the corner. And there's another three. It's up and good, and there was contact made as well as Western Oregon's Cameron Cranston knocks in the long-range three.
Wolves capitalizing on misses and turnovers by the Saints. Back to 10-point deficit for the Wolves.
Cranston, just a freshman out of Vancouver, getting some playing time here. Reddix, Matthews, and Boyce comes around the outside. Get it back off to Matthews. Ball strolling away from him on the run out. Here's Evans back the other way, lays it in, and St. Martin's is going to call a timeout here, as all of a sudden the Saints have seen Western Oregon go on a bit of a run, as they have scored 10 straight points. Actually gone on a 10-2 run. We'll pause, back with more after this here on GNAC.TV.
When you first visit Seattle Pacific University, it's easy to fall in love with the campus. But just ask one of the students. There's something different about SPU, a place where faith, service, and academic excellence meet. And it's the only private university in the Pacific Northwest to make the latest U.S. News and World Report Best National Universities list. This is Seattle Pacific University.
Welcome back to Bellingham to take a look at the Saints in the lane. Off window for St. Martin's. Jared Matthews helping the Saints get out to a 41-33 lead, Rob.
Well, it is going to be St. Martin's basketball once again. B.J. Stanley has come back in to go with Boyce in the backcourt. Bearlocker, Reddix, and Henderson. So a bit of a change in the lineup. A little more speed, a little less size. Now to Boyce. EJ penetrates, and he's going to be called for steps. Certainly. Wasn't able to get that pivot foot to stick onto the floor here, and the Saints turn it back over. EJ not very happy with himself. He started his career at San Jose State. And Chandler Reddix now is going to check out as Luke Chavez is going to come back in. He is the emotional leader, I think, of this team. I don't think there's any question about that. Here is Lubom with the basketball. They work it out to Warner, and it knocks down the long-range three.
Wolves,
just inside the arc.
Wolves take advantage of another turnover by the Saints. They're within 6.
Well, this is as close as they've been for a while. And now the pass down low, and Bearlocker somehow able to get it up among the tall timber, and Lubom answers on the other end with a quick run out.
Lubom able to fit between the cracks and seems to get lost and find his way to the hoop.
I have no idea how he's able to score in there as well as he does. Boyce bounces out to Bearlocker. He's going to attack, step through, spin, go up and under, puts up the shot, misses it, rebound tipped out of bounds. It'll be Saints basketball.
Alex Pribble all the way in the corner again.
Barking out instructions,
there.
Yeah. He thought Bearlocker got hit on the arm on that shot. Here's Evans with the throw in. Bounce into the corner to Henderson. Out to Boyce, moves in, put it up with the left hand off the window for two. I don't know why he decided to go southpaw, but kind of the last second he kind of launched with the lefty. St. Martin's has never, and here is the pass inside and a good foul. Boyce got Souza. And now he'll send Buster to the free throw line. And I'm not so sure that was a bad foul. You can see it. You can see the last shot by Boyce. I told you. See, went with the left hand right there. Pretty nice where you can do that on the move as he did.
Souza, the 6'8 senior out of Concord, California.
He hits the first free throw. Free throw line. This can't possibly be right. He was 7 of 9 during the regular season. That's only his 10th and 11th free throws of the entire year. He didn't take any yesterday. But they have him there. Look at that. 7 of 9.
Wow. Guy of his size.
I'm very shocked by that. Bearlocker for the Saints, looking for Chavez, but nice job being done on him. And Lubom actually picks the ball away. And so the Western Oregon Wolves battling back into this one. Warner out high, works to Lubom. Hawken and Lubom down low. Evans inside, kick it out. They work the perimeter again to Lubom. Gets open, cross-courted. 3 ball on the way. It is up and good by Caleb Warner.
Wolves within 3. What a comeback. Great ball movement. Warner hits the triple.
Remember, they were down 39-33. And here is Henderson going to drive inside underneath the hoop. Kick it out, Bearlocker, and a foul called. It's going to be Saints with the recipient of that foul, but right now, Western Oregon has gone on a tremendous run. You can see the pass there to the open three-point shot.
Chavez to inbounds.
And Luke looking to get open on the far side, but right now he's having a hard time getting the ball at all. St. Martin's works the ball. Bearlocker, shot clock. Bearlocker has to take the shot just inside the three-point arc, and Western Oregon could tie here on a three-point shot, or at least pull to within 1 on a bucket. They haven't been any closer than 2, and that was a 2-0 tonight. Western Oregon battling back. Here is Lubom, left corner. Once again, a shot is up and good, and we are tied as the three-point shot is made by Warner on the outside. First tie of the night.
Warner has 14, 2 straight three-pointers.
Now here's a penetration. Boyce gets it off to Henderson. Can't get a shot away. Return it to Boyce on the wing. Pass to Henderson. Work it out for a 3 on the perimeter that is no good by Bearlocker. It went up and over the support.
Western
and 45
Oregon,
all a tie.
A chance to take the lead as we have a timeout on the floor.
Tied at 45 in this semifinal of the 2019 Great Northwest Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament on GNAC.TV.
Dear Virginia, remember when you decided to stop listening to the doubters and pursue the career you wanted? I've always admired that about you. When things get hard, you just work harder. I want you to know that with your network of supporters who encourage you along the way, you'll not only accomplish your dream of becoming an engineer, you'll go on to help other students accomplish theirs. So don't worry, you're gonna rock this. Sincerely, me.
Well, in the last 6 minutes and 28 seconds, Western Oregon has outscored St. Martin's 22-6. That was since the 17:32 mark in the contest when the score was 39-23 in favor of St. Martin's. And now it's 45 all, and Western Oregon looking for its first lead. It's in its first tie right now. Across the top. This time they close out on Warner. He's been the big spark. Lubom drives, and Western Oregon leads and has the... Are they going to count the bucket or not? Yes, indeed they are, and there's going to be a free throw as well. So Western Oregon has taken the lead at 47-45. There is Lubom on the penetration. And Riddicks guilty of the foul as well.
Love the celebration in the background there.
Yeah, that was Warner out there.
Right.
And we have another timeout. We'll just go ahead and keep things here as the officials are going to check on something. They may be looking at maybe an earlier three-point shot. Now, I thought the ones that Warner has hit have certainly been three-point shots, but they want to take maybe a little bit of a closer look at the 10:46 mark. And this is not the worst thing that could happen for St. Martin's right now. They'll give their guys a chance to get a little bit of a breather and potentially regroup a little bit. As you can see, they're huddled up around Alex Pribble right there. Across the way, that's the St. Martin's cheer squad going through their routines on the sideline there across the court from where we are. Back on floor, Chavez, Kitchen, Reddicks, Boyce, and Bearlocker look like the five that'll come on the floor. Chavez actually talking with the coaching staff right now and helping to design the offensive set. There's the Western Oregon University squad, and you can tell they're excited right now as well. They should be. They were really having a tough time of it when they were down 39-23, but since then they have found their groove, they have found their stroke, they have found their stride, and they have found their way into a 47-45 lead.
You know, what a tale of two halves. The first half was all the Saints, and they had a 10-point lead at half. Just over 9 minutes later, the tide is completely turned, and the Wolves are in the lead. Even beginning the second half, it took the Wolves over 2 minutes to score.
Yeah, well, 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So St. Martin's right now looking for some answers to the Western Oregon squad that has, well, again, based on some of the great outside shooting by Caleb Warner in particular, has been able to come back. The officials now have been satisfied at the scorers table with whatever they were looking at specifically. Warner 4 of 4 on threes here tonight, 5 of 7 from the field. Well, shoot, where you're going, you may as well just take all shots from behind the arc. You got 100% percentage from there. 5 of 7 from the field's pretty good, but 4 of your 5 field goals come from long range. And he is leading the way right now in terms of points with 14.
Until the Saints have an answer for Warner, keep feeding him the ball.
Oh, that's what they were looking at right there. Did Souza come with an elbow against Bearlocker? Well, it doesn't appear that they're going to look at it that way, because I still see Souza out on the floor. That's one of those elbow situations where players can be assessed a technical foul or assessed a technical foul and ejected. And right now the official talking with both head coaches, Jim Shaw and Alex Pribble. And Pribble going to bring his Saints back over to the sideline for just a second. The Western Oregon 5 stay on floor. And there is going to be a free throw situation for St. Martin's right here. Well, Lubom at the free throw line to complete the three-point play. Now that's what's going to be happening first. And then I think we'll have the Saints, well, let's just let's just see how it plays out because the official's still talking to the official score. So Lubaum hits the free throw, making it 48-45. And Buster Souza does get the flagrant one. Now that means he can continue to play, but it is a technical foul and it will be free throws for Rhett Bearlocker. And he'll hit the free throw to make it 48-46. Trying to make it a one-point game here, and he will not do it as he misses the free throw. Now it's going to be St. Martin's basketball from underneath the Western Oregon basket. Now that all the free throws have been taken, and Souza with a technical foul gives the Saints an extra point.
Saints have only scored 13 in this half.
Yeah.
Compared to 25 for Western Oregon.
Here is Reddix. He's going to attack, go inside, and he gets blocked by Souza. Substitution in is Stanley going to return for Chavez.
Get a look at Souza hovering, waiting, and rejecting the shot from Reddix.
Well, you got to give Brandell Evans some credit there on the defense as well. 48-46, St. Martin's underneath their basket. Baseline right. Bounce in. Stanley going to get it back, and then it gets picked clean, and actually a foul called against.
The Western.
There's going to be a foul against Western Oregon, and Brandell Evans, I think, was dangerously close to running himself into a technical foul there as he took the ball and went all the way down floor.
Well,
Evans picks up the foul.
The entire Western Oregon bench jumped out of their seats at that call.
St. Martin's brings Jared Matthews back in. Stanley gets the inbounds. Evans has him defensively around the screen. Stanley picks up the basketball. Out high to Boyce. Looks to penetrate. Take it baseline. Shot clock at 5. Is Boyce going to have to do something with it. And he passes it and goes off a Western Oregon player, but only 1 on the shot clock.
Good defense by the Wolves, making the Saints use every second of the shot clock.
Well, give Jim Shaw a lot of credit because he has the 6'7" Warner now playing against Boyce at 6'2", and so EJ not getting an opportunity to shoot those threes. And, well, Stanley can't get the pass in, knocked out of bounds. He has an opportunity, but again, just 1.
They'll have to catch and shoot.
Why did the buzzer sound? the ball was thrown in, and then
hit the side of the basket, so that wouldn't start the clock.
No. Now, if it hit the back side of the basket, it should be a turnover anyway.
Alex Cribble wants to know the answer too.
No, it's not a shot clock violation because no St. Martin's player on the floor touched the basketball. But I don't think I think if you throw it and it hits behind the basket, that is a turnover in itself.
I hope that's the reason for the review because no Saints player touched the ball before the buzzer went off.
No, the ball was just floating in the air when the buzzer was going off. So the official's not going to take a look-see. And I don't know what camera angle they're going to have there to take a look. I'll tell you one thing, the replay guys here, they have been busy. They have been busy throughout this tournament. And it's a situation where since the technology makes it available to check on their calls, they're taking advantage of that opportunity. Hey, I wouldn't blame them. Let's get it right.
Well, Mike Neubauer doing great things on the 3-play replay system here inside Carver Gym on GNAC TV.
Well, he's a busy guy without question. And of course, the winner of this game moves on to tomorrow night's championship game of the Great Northwest Athletic Conference, taking on Seattle Pacific University. And then in the women's championship, it'll be Northwest Nazarene taking on University of Alaska Anchorage. This is the final semifinal yet to be decided. And Seattle Pacific, did you notice where the Falcons have ended up setting up shop? I knew they were going to stick around and watch the contest, but I don't see them right this second. But I know that right now that Grant Leap and his coaching staff and certainly the players are here watching to see. And again, well, apparently the officials agree with me. And so with 10-12 left in the game, it becomes Western Oregon basketball.
They are going with the shot clock violation. I don't know how, but okay.
And here is Reddix with a near steal at midcourt. Ball loose, bodies on the floor. Nobody has control of it. And now a held ball situation. No, actually St. Martin's somehow managed to get a timeout as Boyce apparently had enough of the ball to be called in possession of it. And St. Martin's has the basketball, so a turnover Western Oregon. The St. Martin Saints get the basketball back. Boy, that was a wild rugby scrum.
Absolutely.
And those are the kind of plays you hate to see. When nobody has total possession of the basketball, bodies keep flying on the floor, those are the ones you get concerned about. And was it Western Oregon that got the timeout? I thought St. Martin's got the timeout called. Now the officials are going to look at it one more time. Now, I'm not exactly sure what they're going to take a peek at here. All right. So the officials determining who was involved in the loose ball situation.
They want to know who said dog pile, jumped on.
You know what? I'm too old to do that anymore, I tell you. But even when I was young, there's one thing I always thought about the basketball floor. Ooh, this thing's hard. This thing is hard. Well, they don't call it hardwood for nothing, as I've mentioned before. Okay, the officials have determined that it is going to be Saints basketball. 9:55 left. Still the count. Western Oregon. I don't want this to get lost in all the other things that have happened. All right, there's Souza. There's Boyce. Boyce had it. Souza. Well, who has it? Yeah. Brandell Evans was involved. Whatever the case, it goes back over to St. Martin's, and they have the basketball. But again, what I don't want to get lost is the fact that Western Oregon's gone on an absolutely marvelous run to take the lead for the first time here tonight. Henderson, Reddix, near side, penetrates off the window, and it's good.
An off-balance runner, Reddix hitting the hardwood and getting the shot to go. We're tied at 48 in Bellingham.
Just the second tie of the night. Brandell Evans down floor. Hawken into the corner to Lou Bomb. He's been a spark tonight. Evans lead behind it for Hawken. He'll shoot the three. Boy, that was a bad shot. Offline left. You saw it when it left his hands. He was not going to get there. Down floor feed. Here's Boyce. Quick pull-up pop. Good.
The St. Martin's fans loving that effort as they regain the lead. They're up by 2, 9:04 left.
50-48 and a quick timeout, a 30-second timeout called by Western Oregon. So we'll step aside as well. You're watching the 2019 Great Northwest Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Championships.
Seattle Pacific University is a premier Christian university where each year 4,000 students catch a vision for making a difference in the world. All across the globe, SPU graduates are making an impact in medicine, technology, athletics, business, education, music, theater, and more. SPU is dedicated to outstanding scholarship and thoughtful faith. It's a powerful combination that brings about change in the lives of graduates and in the people and communities they serve. Seattle Pacific University, engaging the culture, changing the world.
St. Martin's onto the floor, Western Oregon following suit. 50-48 with 9:04 left. And Western Oregon with the basketball. And the Saints look like they might drop into a zone, a 1-2-2 type zone. Souza gets it inside with a left-hander off the glass, and he ties the game at 50.
Buster Souza been quiet on the offensive end. He's got 4 points tonight.
Matthews, Boyce around the screen, return to Matthews, gets inside, can't get a shot away, kick it out to Chavez for 3, rims off, no good. Souza had the rebound loose, manages to corral it, and here is Western Oregon down floor, and they get it in the hands of Brashear. Delvin running the point to Souza, working in the corner to Evans. The guards have been splashing from the baseline tonight. Down low, Souza to a cutter, and laying it up and in on the inside. It is Warner, who continues to play so well tonight. On the season, Warner averages for Western Oregon 11 points a game. He's above that tonight. And here is Henderson with a floater in the lane. Misses it, goes after his own rebound, but not able to get it. Souza corrals it. And here is Western Oregon down floor with Evans. Behind the back dribble as he crosses the half-court stripe. So Hawken back to Evans. He says, let me try a 3, and he misses it. Rebound tipped. Western Oregon gets it. And it's going to be Brashear resetting the offense, up by 2. Across the top. Once again, into the corner for Evans. Another 3. Air ball. Rebound taken by Matthews. He was wide open, maybe too wide open. Here's Chavez. They work at the Boyce. EJ going to take it strong to the rack. Can't get a shot away. Now takes it in the corner. Missed it badly on the run out. Yeah. Western Oregon. Well, I think Boyce's shot might have got tipped a bit. The one by Evans was a strict ozone ball. Again, Western Oregon now facing a zone defense, trying to enter the pass, and now they're going to say no, it didn't go off the Saints player. It was just a bad pass by Hawken, who was trying to argue his case, and we've come to a timeout. Well, we're heading down the stretch in a 2-point game. 6:34 left to go. Western Oregon on top of St. Martin's, 52-50. These are the 2019 Great Northwest Athletic Conference men's basketball semifinals.
You know what amazes me? There's this incredible opportunity for a job that allows you to grow as a person, a job that allows you to take on the hats of so many other professions. If you think about what a teacher does, they're an accountant, they're a lawyer, they're a judge, they're sometimes even the jury. Sometimes they're the ones creating content, and sometimes they're the ones consuming the content. As a teacher, I get to do every other job out there. If people realize that, we wouldn't have a teacher shortage.
You know, basketball is kind of a simple game, is it not, when you can shoot like Western Oregon is shooting in the second half?
61% for the Wolves, 11 of 18 in this half, 48.8 for the game. They're outscoring St. Martin's in the second half, 29-17.
Great shooting by the Wolves, and pretty easy when you can pot the shots like that.
Make 6 out of 10.
Yeah. Chavez into the forecourt. Comes to a double team, spins away from it, picks up the basketball, now gets it mid-floor to Bearlocker, to Standley. He's had some ability to attack tonight. Instead he leaves behind for Bearlocker. Off to Boyce, his pass, and Bearlocker knocks it off a Western Oregon player, but the shot clock sounds at the same time. Are they going to give him 1 second on the shot clock?
I think they have to.
Haven't. Is this, well, they're going to say no. They're going to say that the ball went off the Western Oregon player simultaneously, apparently, with the shot clock violation. So the Saints turn it back over.
much as they've looked at replays, surprised they don't look at that one.
Yeah, Lou Baum going to come into the forecourt. Kitchen now at the point of this zone. Lou Baum going to drive inside, can't get a shot away. Pass underneath to Souza, was knocked away from him by a St. Martin's player. 2-point Western Oregon lead.
Excuse me, Rob. Buster Souza being more active in this second half. We only have 5:47 left.
And Western Oregon just throws the ball out of bounds on the inbounds. Somebody zigged, somebody else zagged, and the ball didn't go between them. And here it is right here. Look at the pass. Whoop. Right off Brashear, out of bounds. He wasn't ready to receive the inbounds. Chandler Reddix now will bring it down floor. He's played well tonight. He's hit some big shots. Not going to shoot there. Instead, make a bad pass stolen away by Hawken. He takes it the other way and lays it in.
Strong drive by Hawken. Laying it up and in. Hawken only has 8 tonight. If he can get hot in the final 5 minutes, the Wolves could advance.
Stanley off to Chavez. Luke being now guard. Now a great feed to Bearlocker, and it's blocked by Souza up top. That's a big rejection there.
Buster says, get out of my house.
And here is Hawken for 3, good. Well, you said it, if he could get hot. Well, I don't know if that's hot yet, but it's a 7-point lead for Western Oregon, their biggest of the night.
Hawken quickly in double figures, 11 points.
Here is Kitchen. Out near side to Bearlocker. Rhett looks, hands off to Chavez, splits a double team and is fouled. Take your choice. Well, it's going to be Riley Hawken with the foul. Jared Matthews is going to return now for St. Martin's.
Right now.
And Kitchen checks out. Stanley, Bearlocker, Matthews, Chavez, and here is a kicked ball in. Reddix for the Saints. It is the guy who's done a lot of damage tonight. Warner, Hawkins, Souza up front, so a big front line. And Lou Baum in the backcourt and Brashear. Here is Matthews in the lane. Boy, I tell you, he gets robbed there as that shot just won't go. And a rebound taken down by Warner.
Wolves have their largest lead of the night at 7, looking to add to it.
Well, they're looking to defend their GNAC title. And here's a 3 in the corner by Brashear. It's no good. Chavez comes down with the rebound. Up ahead to Bearlocker. Bearlocker gets it to Matthews inside. Blocked by Souza. Held ball situation. Alternating possession. Western Oregon basketball. Souza has had a big impact in this game tonight, and not necessarily just with any offensive output. Timeout on the floor. 3:59 left. Western Oregon up by 7 and looking to get back into the GNAC championship game right here on GNAC.tv.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
The world is full of possibilities, and at Montana State University Billings, we're making them a reality. It's a place to discover yourself and discover your way to make a difference in the colleges of arts and sciences, education, business, workforce industries, and allied health professions. The outcome? Knowledge, skills, hands-on experience, and connections for life.
Western Oregon basketball as we return to Carver Gym here in Bellingham.
Rob, still incredible. Their shooting percentage in the second half, the Wolves, it's going up 61.9. If they make a shot here, it'll probably go over 62% for the half.
No question. Here is Lubom with the basketball, guarded by Matthews, and they go out to Warner, and he knocks down the three.
Incredible how hot the Wolves are in the second half. That's 19 on the night for Warner.
And it's a 10-point game now for Western Oregon, and this is more points than Western Oregon has scored against St. Martin's this year. Stanley drives the lane but not able to get the shot away. In the two previous losses, Western Oregon fell 64-59 and 64-56. So the 60 points they put on the board tonight, more than either of their previous two losses this year to St. Martin's. So the top-seeded Saints in danger here as Stanley knocks in the first free throw. And Chavez tonight, only 2 points. And I think there's no question he's hobbled by an ankle he turned in the first half. Both free throws down, and that's not to make excuses. He's out there playing hard. And Western Oregon has played some great defense on him. Here's Hawken into the forecourt. Oh, man, there is Warner again, and he knocks down another.
Warner is in another universe. 22 tonight.
And who knows if he's done yet. Here's Bearlocker inside, misses the shot. Souza was there. Bearlocker got the rebound and was fouled. No. Yep, 1-on-1 situation. He was fouled. But how well has he shot the ball on threes tonight? Well, you take a look there. He just gets an open stroke and knocks it down. Bearlocker at the free throw line. Warner 6 of 6 on threes tonight. 6 of 6 on threes. 63-53, 2:53 left.
Warner can make a lot of money if he can make that happen at the next level.
Oh, he can make he can make a ton of money. Second free throw by Bearlocker is no good. Now pressure defense, and Lubom picked up the dribble early. Galvin with the basketball.
Sorry, Rob. Time is not on the St. Martin's side right now. Why not?
Why not?
Ooh.
Well, he had to miss eventually, and he missed a desperation that went to an offensive rebound, and I'm not so sure that made, and now the officials stopped play as a foul called off the ball. But that might not have been the best thing that could happen for Western Oregon, to get the ball back and run off a little more time. So Kitchen and Reddick's going to come back in quickly for St. Martin's. Chavez and Boyce both going to check out. And this is defensive substitutions right now for St. Martin's. And here is the pass. Lubom in the backcourt has it. Ball, well, Henderson reaches in and fouls him. That is only the fourth team foul on St. Martin's this half. So they got to commit 3 more just to get him into the bonus. We've seen, how many times you've seen that 2-3 times in games this tournament where teams just have played good defense and haven't fouled, and then they've ended up maybe regretting it in the late going. And now instead, this time Lubom tied up for a moment, and then a foul called. And it's called against Chandler Reddicks. Down to 2-11 in a 10-point game.
Reddicks and Coach Tribble wanted a jump ball with the possession arrow currently with the Saints, but they did not get it.
15 foul, still got to commit 2. And here is Hawken. Bounces it in. Brandell Evans heads back the other way. Kick it up ahead, and they get it down low to Lubom. Going to use a little bit of time before he gets fouled. The clock now is down at the 2:03 mark. And free throws still not to come. Only the 16th foul on St. Martin's. And you can see Western Oregon beginning to feel it right here.
They were down 16, Rob.
Yeah, they were.
This is incredible.
And then the inbounds and a foul called as a couple of players got tied up, Kitchen and Evans. And that'll send Brandell Evans to the free throw line. Hawkins, 72% free throw shooter. Brashear, 71%. Warner, an 80%. And Reddix comes to the bench now. Brandell Evans at the free throw line. And from the free throw line this year, Evans just a 64% free throw shooter, but, well, everything they're putting up now is going down. And again, just a hot streak that began at the 17:32 mark. Second free throw, no good. Kitchen skies to get the rebound. And now here is Chavez down floor. Kick it off to Bearlocker. He'll attack the rack, go inside, lay it up, and missed the shot. Came down short. Kitchen with the rebound, and he's fouled. Now he will go to the free throw line, but it also would be just a 1-and-1 situation for Kitchen. Jordan, a 56%, just under 57% free throw shooter.
Warner has picked up his 4th foul, so he has to be careful, even though there is only 1:47 left.
Now, I think Jim Shaw is just going to let him play it out right now, give him an opportunity. Kitchen front end, skims off the rim and comes out. Rebound scramble, picked up by Lubom, and he is fouled. Kitchen there, also Stanley was there. And it's going to go against, actually it's going to go against Bearlocker. Reddix to return for St. Martin's as you see him checking in. And Kitchen comes out.
You see Alex Pribble talking to the official, wanted another jump ball call right there as Kitchen was holding that ball with Lubom.
Instead, it's free throws for the southpaw Lubom. And he earns the bonus. Well, having him hit free throws is no big surprise. 84% are on the season. And maybe putting the finishing touches on this as he misses the second. 65-53, still a 12-point lead and just a minute 38 remaining. And then a turnover by Chavez as Evans heads the other way. Sure play keep away right here, guys. And now Reddix ends up fouling Brashear. And at the free throw line, Brashear. Solid at 71%. But he misses. And the Saints with the basketball. Chavez coming down floor with it. Get it off to Boyce. Stanley attacks, get it out to Chavez. Quick three on the way, in and out, no good. Rebound saved, but into the hands of the Wolves, and then Bearlocker fouls Souza, who had, or make that Warner, who had the basketball. And for Bearlocker, that is his, or actually no, they're going to call it not. They're going to call it on Chavez instead with the foul. Well, Sean, you're going to have the opportunity to talk to the winning coach here in about a minute 15. It looks like you're going to have a repeat performance with Jim Shaw. Free throw. Boy, I tell you, Warner, if he has had a better game at Western Oregon, he certainly hasn't had a better game at this level as he hits the second free throw.
24 on the night for Warner, and yes, it'll be an energizing interview with Jim Shaw here in just over a minute.
Boyce hits or misses the shot, and now the Saints just going to allow Western Oregon to run out the clock inside the final minute. Ball down low to Brashear, out to Evans, and Western Oregon is going to see, well, Warner got inside and got fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. But it's going to be Western Oregon wearing the Cinderella slipper this year. as they will move on into the championship game tomorrow night, where they will take on Seattle Pacific University. So Western Oregon, the number 4 seed, going to knock off number 1 here. The free throw is missed by a guy who hasn't missed hardly anything all night long, Caleb Warner. One more to come for Warner. And he makes that one, 68-53. In 44.8 seconds, and clear the bench time for Western Oregon as Olanda Baker is in. Cameron Cranston has come back in. And here is Reddix. Chavez still trying hard, shoots a 3, misses it. Evans comes down with the rebound. And Western Oregon across the timeline. Just going to try to run out as much clock as they can here. To Lou Baum. Played very well tonight. Evans with the basketball. Going to go inside, put up a shot off the window and get the drop with 11.8 seconds left. And now St. Martin's going to bring it down floor. Boyce, Chavez, long 3 off the rim. And it's going to go as a 70-53 win for Western Oregon tonight. 70-53, a 17-point win for Western Oregon. But what makes that so incredible is that they were actually behind make that 39-23, and they went on an absolutely enormous run, a 47-14 run to close out the game. Yeah, 47-14 over the last 17 and 32 seconds. 47-17 as they just got absolutely blistering hot. And with that, the victory. And now we send it down to Sean Wally and the victorious head coach, Jim Shaw.
That's right, Rob, here with Jim Shaw. Jim, how did you were down 16 points in that second half, and yet now you win 70-53.
You know, I thought we were, pretty good defensively the whole game. We lost Boyce when he first came in, and we had a hard time keeping Stanley in front of us. I thought we were pretty good defensively. So as soon as we calmed down on offense, then things turned for us, and then Caleb hit some big shots, and we've gotten to where we've got a pretty residual toughness to us. We just had to get settled in.
You went over 7 minutes without scoring, starting the game, and then also starting the second half, yet such a great second half shooting by your team.
Yeah, I mean, guys stepped up, made shots. We got better shots, but at the end of the day, we made shots too. So,
Caleb Warner, a great night tonight.
Absolutely, he stepped up, made some huge shots, and obviously that was a huge key.
Enjoy this one tonight. Now you have the championship tomorrow. Seattle Pacific on tap.
Thanks. It'll be a tough one. Take care.
There goes head coach Jim Shaw, the victorious Western Oregon Wolves. They'll be back tomorrow for the championship game you can watch on ESPN3.
Thank you very much, Sean and Coach Shaw there. And you were talking about the shooting there. Well, here's something that'll blow your mind. Western Oregon hit on 10 of its first 25 shots of the contest. It hit 18 of its last 25 shots in the game. Let me just double check that. They hit 10 of its first 25 and 16 of its last 25. 16 of its last 25 from the field as they went on that huge roll and came back from down 39-23 with 17-32, and over the final 17-32 of the contest, 47-14. Western Oregon comes up with the victory here tonight. Let's give you the final numbers. First of all, for St. Martin's, which falls for only the 5th time this year. They were led, actually tonight, the leading scorer was off the bench. B.J. Stanley had 13 points, and actually E.J. Boyce had 14. So 2 bench performers combined for 27 of the 53 points scored by St. Martin's here tonight. Jared Matthews had 9, 8 for Chandler Reddix, 7 for Rhett Bearlocker, and just 2 points tonight for Luke Chavez, who was 1 of 9 from the field. He played 33 minutes, but he did turn an ankle late in the first half and really never got into his rhythm here tonight. For Western Oregon, 25 for Caleb Warner leading the way, 14 off the bench for Darius Lubaum, 11 each for Riley Hawken and Brandell Evans. And after that, scoring drops off rather markedly to 4 points for Buster Souza, 3 for Cameron Cranston, 2 for Jalen Richardson. And again, shooting 40% from the field in the first half for Western Oregon, 64% in the second half on 16 of 25 shooting, as we mentioned for the game. 52%, 9 of 23 on threes, 9 of 15 didn't shoot very well from the free throw line. For St. Martin's, first half they didn't shoot particularly well, 10 of 28. Second half even worse. Their shooting percentage went down for the night, 17 of 55. They got 5 more shot opportunities, Sean, than did Western Oregon, but they made 9 less baskets, 6 of 20 on threes, 13 of 20 from the free throw line. Pretty even on the glass, 36-33. Actually, St. Martin's had an 11-6 edge on the offensive glass. Assist department, 8 for St. Martin's, but when you only get 17 baskets, you're not going to have many assists. 13 buckets for Western Oregon were assisted tonight, so half of their baskets came off an assist. They turned it over 12 times. St. Martin's 13. Block shots 2. 6 for Western Oregon. 2 for St. Martin's. Steals 7 for Western Oregon. And 5 for St. Martin's. Western Oregon dominated in the paint, 32-18 there. But again, you can look at all those statistics, but the two that jump out at you are these. A team one, Western Oregon outscored St. Martin's 47-20 in the second half. And an individual one, Caleb Warner, 6 of 7 on 3-point shots tonight.
Just incredible how the Wolves could just flip the switch in the second half, and they couldn't miss, shooting over 60%.
Well, let's talk a little bit, because now we have the championship lineup set for the Great Northwest Athletic Conference tomorrow night. Women's action, it's going to be the University of Alaska Anchorage, the top seed, taking on number 2 Northwest Nazarene. That'll be a 5:20 game. Who do you like in that one?
It's hard not to go with the mayhem of the Seawolves.
It is. And then men's championship, 7:35 tomorrow night. Number 2, Seattle Pacific. They'll now be the home team against number 4, Western Oregon University. You had to like the way the Seattle Pacific played tonight. But boy, oh boy, if Western Oregon can string anything together like they did over the last 15 minutes in tonight's contest, that's going to be another barn burner tomorrow night here at Carver Gym.
If the Wolves shoot like they did in the second half, they can beat anybody.
If the Wolves shoot like they did in the second half, they'll win the national championship. I think it'd be tough for any team to stop them the way they played. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure working with you, Sean. I hope we're going to get the opportunity to do it again. And again, what can we say to the great crew from GNAC.TV for great games over the last 2 days? Thanks to everybody associated with the broadcast. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Sean Wally. And well, thanks to you for joining us here on GNAC.TV. Now, don't forget, tomorrow night, ESPN3 will have the women's and the men's championships for you. We'll hope you join ESPN for those broadcasts. If you can't be here in Carver Gym, it's going to be a great night. Hope you can join us here as well. And until we talk again, I'm Robert Lowry for Sean Wally saying so long for now.